Okay, guys, in our last class, we talked about how we can find the square root of perfect numbers, specifically large numbers. So today, we want to look at how we can find the cube roots of large numbers. So first thing we need to take note of is the last digit. Now let us take a look at 1 raised to power 3. So 1 raised to power 3 will give us 1, which means whenever the last number is 1, then we can find it at 1. So let us look at 2 raised to power 3. 2 raised to power 3 will give us 8, meaning 2 times 2 times 2 will give us 8. So which means that whenever the last digit of that number is 8, we can find it at 2. Now let us look at 3 raised to power 3, which gives 27. So which means that whenever the last digit of the number is 7, we can find it at 3 as well. Now let us look at 4. 4 raised to power 3. Whenever the last digit of the number is 4, we can find it at 4. Now watch the most beautiful thing of this cube root trick. Now for 1, you can find it at 1. When the last digit is 1, you can find it at 1. When the last digit is 4, you can find it at 4. When the last digit is 5, you can find it at 5. When the last digit is 6, you can find it at 6. When the last digit is 9, you can find it at 9. When the last digit is 0, you can find it at 0 here. Now, the only exception that we have here is 2 and 8, and then 3 and 7, which means that whenever the last digit of the number is 8, we can find it at 2. So whenever the last digit of the number is 7, we can find it at 3. And whenever the last digit of the number is 3, we can find it at 7. And whenever the last digit of the number is 2, we can find it at 8 interchangeably. So whenever the last digit is 2, you can find it at 8. Whenever the last digit is 8, you can find it at 2. Whenever the last digit is 3, you can find it at 7. And whenever the last digit is 7, you can find it at 3. So you have the last digit. For 0, you find it at 0. For 1, you find it at 1. For 2, you find it at 8. For 3, you find it at 7. For 4 is 4. For 5 is 5. For 6 is 6. For 7 is 3. For 8 is 2. And for 9 is 9. So let us look at a few examples and how we can use the trick to find the cube roots of these numbers on the board. You know, when we did square root of numbers, I explained 3 steps to you. But today, for the cube root trick, we'll be using just 2 steps. We'll be using just 2 steps. Now let us look at the last digit number here, which is 6. So like I said, whenever the last digit is 6, we can find it at 6. So the last digit is 6, we can find it at 6. Since we can find it at 6, then we'll cancel, since we are talking about cube roots, which means 3 numbers, then it means we are going to cancel the last 3 numbers. So we have cancelled out the last 3 numbers. So we have 4 left. So we'll now go to our table here. Now we need a number, the cube of a number that is not greater than 4. When we find the cube of that number, it is not greater than what? 4. Now look at 1 raised to power 3. Now 1 raised to power 3 will give us 1. And whereas 2 raised to power 3 will give us what? 8. This is more than 4. So which means we are going to pick 1 raised to power 3, which gives us what? 1. So we are going to pick 1. So the cube root of 4096 is 16. So let us look at the second one. The second one, we have 195,112. So the cube root of this. So the first thing we are going to do is we look at the last digit. The last digit here is 2. And we said that whenever the last digit is 2, then you can find it at 8. And whenever the last digit is 8, you can find it at 2. So the last digit here is 2. So we can find it at 8. So we cancel the last 3 digits number. Cancel this out. So after we have cancelled that, we have 195 left. So we need the cube of a number that is not bigger than what? 195. But it is closer to 195. So when you look at the table, we have 5 raised to the power 3 will give us what? 125. And then 6 raised to the power 3 will give us what? 216. So which means we are going to pick 5 raised to the power 3, which gives us what? 125. So our answer here is 58. So the cube root of this number is 58. So the next example is this. So we check out the last digit number is 4. So whenever the last digit number is 4, we can see it at 4. So we can see it at 4. So we cancel the last 3 numbers that we have there. So we have 39 left. So we're going to ask ourselves a simple question. We need a cube of what? Of a number such that the number is not bigger than 39, but it is what? Less than 39, closer to it. So when you look at the table here, when you look at it here, 3 raised to the power 3 will give us 27. And whereas 4 raised to the power 3 will give us 64. So this is bigger than 39. So we're going to use 3 raised to the power 3, which gives us what? 27. So we are going to use 3. So our cube root here is 34. So the last number, I will leave it to that. Do that by yourself. Thank you.